Hi, I'm Jon Emmett, author of Be Your Own Sailing Coach. Here we're going to give you lots of top tips and help you with what to do in difficult tactical situations. Okay, when you're going to championship, it's very important to protect your boat. This means you need to have undercovers to stop any loose bits of stone running up and hitting your boat. The trolley itself needs to be padded to make sure you get no wear and tear on the boat, and the trolley needs to be securely attached to the trailer. Just having a top cover is not enough to protect the boat. I'm now going to take the boat off the trailer so we can get it on the water. Just making sure that the boat is well strapped down. You don't actually have to pull the straps as tight as possible, but you do need to make sure that the boat's securely tied. Just taking the trolley off the trailer so we can go and get on the water. Okay, just ensure when you take the covers off that you're wrapping them up nicely and making sure you don't get dirt on the inside of the covers. Otherwise you'll be putting this straight back on the boat when you pack up to go home. In the likely event of gear failure, it's always good to have a spare mast. It's no harm to take 2 masts with you, and it means if there is problems, you can quickly get back on the water if there's been a breakage. Okay, it's always best to keep your sail rolled. You don't be putting any creases in the sail unless you absolutely have to. Rigging on the ground is a very good idea as it protects your sail because it prevents the wear and tear of the sail flapping. It also means you can be ready to go because you might not be certain when the training or when the racing is going to start. It's very important when you put the battens in that you make sure that they're securely in the elastic. This means you put the curved section of the batten in first and make sure the batten is securely in the pocket. You need to take the battens out after sailing, otherwise the elastic will gradually get stretched. When you put the sail on the mast, it's very important to make sure that it's perfectly lined up. You can do this by checking the head of the sail is in line with the top rivet. We are now going to attach the sail to the boom using the clew. It's very important to get this strap as tight as possible to hold the sail well down to the boom, and we actually start by putting the clew right up the boom. Once the clew is attached, you can then put the kicker on. You can see there's a large amount of purchase here, which makes it much easier to adjust the sail controls. Once the kicker is attached, you can then slide the clew to the end of the boom and attach the outhaul. It's much easier to put the kicker on before you put the outhaul on. You now run the outhaul forward to the front block, and the last sail control is the Cunningham. The Cunningham, or downhaul, is rigged both sides of the boom in light to medium winds, but in the laser radial may be rigged one side of the boom in strong winds to enable you to put more Cunningham on. Very important to make sure that the tiller fits tightly in the stock of the rudder, and the rudder fits tightly on the gudgeons so that you have good positive steering. Just turn the boat around so it's facing the direction of the wind, and now it's a simple step just to put the mast in with the boom attached. You simply pick the mast up, ensuring that the foot of the mast doesn't touch the ground and get any sand in it, and then keeping the mast angled into the breeze, pop it in the hole, ensuring that there's no loose ropes in the way. If you keep the mast leaning into the wind, it's very light and very easy to put it in the hole. Once in the hole, you can relax and tie your sail controls. Make sure that you make any handles comfortably large enough to put your whole hand in. When the sail controls are let off completely, the handles are set on the cleats. The use of thin control lines, here around 4mm, means that the control lines can be easily adjusted. Again, looking at the kicker, when the kicker is fully released, the handle is sat in the teeth of the cleat. Lastly, you must remember to tie the mast retainer, so if the boat does capsize, there's no chance that the mast could fall out. The final sail control is the main sheet. You want to be using as thin a main sheet as possible so that it goes through the blocks easily. Be careful to make sure the main sheet goes the correct way through the ratchet block. Finally, make sure you do a secure knot, a figure of 8, which is facing forwards to secure the main sheet. Pull tight and you're ready to go. Just make sure the rudder is securely tied down. Any slight lift in the rudder will give you weather helm, which you really do not want. Attach the centerboard elastic to the front of the boat. This way the clip is well away from any control lines so it cannot get tangled. The elastic needs to be tight enough to prevent the centerboard falling out in the event of a capsize. You also want to attach the kicker to the centerboard so that you can easily grab it if the handle falls to leeward when sailing. Okay, thank you for watching, and there's plenty more top tips in my book, Be Your Own Sailing Coach, and all the other books from Wiley Nautical.